Hey guys, I'm Dan, your friendly fishmonger from dansfish.com, and today we're doing a vlog. It's kind of an interesting situation we have here right now. Denver, Colorado, in the southern part of Wyoming just got the biggest blizzard that it's had in a long time. So this is the fourth largest snow dump Denver's had, and then I think the third largest snow dump some of the towns in Wyoming have had. There's, like, literally right now the freeway has 4 feet of snow on it.
You sit on a throne of lies.
The story of the night, whiteout conditions, many roads simply impassable.
Nothing's been moving since Saturday night, pretty much Sunday. Everything's shut down. So we weren't able to ship on Monday or Tuesday. So we're having to do the entire week's shipments in one day. So we're sending everything out on Wednesday for Thursday delivery. I talked to the UPS folks, and luckily the way our stuff is routed, it doesn't go south where the big problem is. Since we're next day air is how we ship with UPS at the moment. Our stuff goes from Sheridan up north, an hour and a half, 2 hours to Billings. It's flown up there, and then it's flown out. So we are going to miss most of we're clear enough now, I would say, on the northern route that stuff's going through. So we're prepping to pack. But what all this means is we've got a lot to do today. A week's worth of packing in one day. So Rich is here helping. Hello. And we have, well, you'll see as we go on, we'll take you through the process, how many bags and how many boxes of fish. Down there, that's all the boxes that we are sending out, and it's a lot. There's like 3 layers of them. It's crazy. So our goal today is to pick all the fish, meaning go and catch them out of the tanks and put them in the bags. Tomorrow we will change the water in the bag, seal everything, box everything, and send it out. So we've got our work cut out for us. Wish us luck. What do you think our odds are? Pretty good. Pretty good? Rich is confident. So this shipping water is kind of a special concoction. It's not a secret, it's not difficult, but what it is clean water that's been aged at least, like, I don't know, say 24 hours and has had an air stone in it, so that when water first comes out of your tap, it's very unstable. You might have noticed, especially in winter, if you get a glass of water, all these tiny micro bubbles come out of it and coat everything. That's a lot of gases that have been dissolved into the water because it's under pressure in the pipes in your city water system or whatever. Also, municipalities often alter the pH of their water so that it's not acidic, because they don't want acidic water corroding the pipes. But the chemicals they use to adjust the pH of the water when they do that are not stable. So as soon as the water comes out of the tap, they'll start, stabilizing. That takes some time. So you want to take half a day to bubble the water, get all those gases evaporated off, make sure the water stabilizes. So we take that water, and in a 5-gallon bucket like this, we add just a little bit of Seachem Safe. That's the dry version of Seachem Prime. And what that does is it removes chlorine. We don't have chlorine in our water, but it does remove chlorine. But the main reason we use it in shipping is because it bonds to ammonia and I believe nitrite and detoxifies it. So ammonia and nitrite are very toxic to fish. And if you have a fish in a little bag like this, the fish's metabolic processes while it's in the bag are going to create organic matter, which will shortly decompose into ammonia and nitrite. So a little bit of Seachem Safe in there will help neutralize that. And the other thing we put in here is we put about 1/4 cup of salt. We use this stuff. It's nothing fancy. This is like driveway melt salt or water softener salt. Just make sure it's not like potassium chloride or something. Make sure it's actually NCL. But in this one's kind of pretty rocky. So if you have like table salt that's a fine grain, you might need a different measurement. But for us, it's about a 1/4 cup per 5 gallons. We dissolve that in there. And what that does is it it relieves the osmotic stress on the fish during shipping. So during the stressful experience of being put in a bag and being mailed somewhere else, the salt helps take away a lot of the work that the fish has to do in the bag to maintain its osmotic homeostasis, and so that helps the fish survive the journey in good shape. So that's how we prep our water. There's a gentleman that asked for both sexes on these, and so I'm trying my very, very best to at least get a few. There's a couple in here that I know are males, but all the rest I can't tell if they're immature males or females, so we're trying. So Joe, if you're watching, I'm pulling your Glossolepis species Godoman village right now. I got your note about wanting a mix of sexes, and I'm doing my best. Glossolepis don't tend to sex out very early on, but I did notice a couple as I put the net in that were blazed up, so I caught those. I'm marking those as males, or some that weren't quite blazed up, but the dorsal fin's a little longer, and the fin shape's kind of changing into what I'd expect more from a male. I'm marking male question mark, but I'm doing my best. The rest of them, I can't tell if they're immature males. Well, they're all a little immature, but if they're females or males that still have to grow out. But I'm doing my best for you, Joe. So how we pull fish is, I like to use a big net and a little net. And so what I'll do is with the big net, I'll go ahead and catch some. Oh, something you didn't see is before I did this, I take a minute just to wash the tank, make sure everyone's okay in it, make sure there aren't any problems. And then once I know that everyone in the tank is acting normally, then I'll take the big net, get several fish in it, and then I take a smaller net so I can net each fish individually in that here, kind of take a look at it. So this one has a slightly deformed dorsal fin. You can come over and, I don't know if you can see that. Can you get in there? Here, get straight on maybe. This guy's got a slightly deformed, let's show you here, dorsal fin. See that second fin on the top? It's just not good. So that's the kind of stuff that'll catch if I do it this way. So we just take a second, net each fish, take a look at it. And if it's good, most of these are good, so no problem. If it's good, then we just catch it in the net. Rainbow fish are very lively. So put it down in the net and kind of slide it down. We don't drop them straight down because then they'll bonk their nose. So you kind of pull the bag over and slide it down, and it kind of goes whoop, slip and slide down to the bag. And that's kind of the catching process. Just try to look at each fish individually a little bit before you put it in the bag to make sure there's no issues. So I'll keep going. I got a lot more to do. All right, it's around 2:30. We've got a lot done. How do you think it's going, Rich?
Oh well.
Yeah?
Catching fish.
Yeah? Let me show you what we've caught. Come on in. So we made a dent. We still have a long day to go, but here's everything we've caught so far. These are empty, but everything up here has fish in it, so that's a good sight. These are what everything's going into tomorrow to get sent out. And there's still these on the table that we have not caught any fish for these yet, but my guess is close to halfway done. So for it only being, it's 2:21, so I think we're doing good. It's gonna be kind of a long day, but I think we'll be in good shape, so. All right, hey, welcome back. It's day 2 of the shipping process, and I'm happy to say we got through all that yesterday in pretty good time. I think we were done, what, Rich, by 5:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich is a beast, man.
Yeah.
Having him here, we were able to crank right through it, so.
It's all Dan.
So that was great. We were able to do much more than I can usually do in a day by myself, so that was awesome. So what we're doing today is we're actually doing the final prep on the bags and then sealing them and putting them in the boxes to send out. So what happens is, here, come on over here. So after we catch the fish yesterday, they go here and they just sit here overnight. And that's so that if there's any food in their digestive tract, they can clear it and defecate and stuff before we send them to our customers.
Right this way, sir.
We don't want our customers to get a bag that's just full of fish poop. That's gross. And it's better for the fish. I think I talked about that yesterday. So what we're doing today is grabbing them from here, we bring them over here, and then we do a water change. So we want, before the fish go in the box and are sent to the customer, we want them in fresh, clean water. So any poop or anything that the fish has voided overnight, we want to get out. So we just put the fish through the net, put in fresh water here, and put the fish back in the bag and slide it down. And I do know this is stressful for the fish. No fish likes going in a net, right? But what I found is it's a lot less stressful than a bag full of ammonia, which will definitely kill them. And so it's kind of one of the secrets to our success is give them a water change right before you send them out. And it just really helps the fish have a better trip. Even though, yeah, they've got to go in the net one more time, it's much better than the alternative.
Here's a friendly Congo puffer that's going to somebody. So we'll give them one more last quality check, just make sure that the fish is happy and looks good. Then we've got an impulse sealer. So we'll seal the bag most of the way, probably 95% of the way across. Leave just a little gap, which will then go in with our oxygen gun. And we'll fill it with oxygen. I think we have to retake. There we go.
Yeah, as soon as you're on camera, nothing works.
So that's full of oxygen. Now we'll seal it completely across. So that's bagged up, but we will add one more bag. So if there are any leaks during shipping, it doesn't get your entire shipment wet. It doesn't ruin any other packages. So using the same bag, we'll seal the bottom again, and then slide the fish in, seal it up, put it in its box, and it's on its way.
Hours and hours and hours of this. Come join us. It'll be fun. we are kind of in hiring mode. So if folks want to, spend 14 hours a day doing this, I'm your guy. Just send me an email, dan@dansfish.com. We'll talk. So this is why we do that water change. Like if I was to send this the customer get a bag with a bunch of poop in it, and by tomorrow all that'll be like degraded and it'll be like brown sludgy water. But B, all that fish poop in there that this angelfish has voided is going to just, you know, decompose and create a whole bunch of ammonia. And by tomorrow morning when the customer gets this, it could be toxic. The fish could be dead from that. So that's why we take the time to do this and put them through this extra step. But sometimes a video is worth, well, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth, 34 frames per second? I don't know, but... Okay, so all of the fish are sealed up in their bags, and the next step is to get the heat packs ready. So we opened this heat pack up about half an hour or so ago. We always open them before to make sure that they're actually getting warm before we use them, because there are a lot of heat packs that don't ever get warm. There's a lot of duds out there. So if you're shipping fish, check first to make sure it actually works and get it heated up. Then what we do is we slide them into you can use newspaper or whatever. We found that something really quick and easy is a little lunch sack. So we've got some heat packs here. This is styrofoam that's going to go on top of the box to seal everything. And with this size box, we need 2 heat packs. Something really important about these heat packs is you never want to cover this side. This pink line right here, you can't cover that up. And you don't want to go like straight across or anything like that. So you want to run your adhesive on the sides so that you keep this line and as much around it exposed to oxygen as possible. If you don't do that, oxygen can't translate through the bag efficiently, and the heat pack stops heating or doesn't heat well. Okay, so these are in here, and basically this next part is pretty intuitive, but I'm going to put 3 pieces of tape on. I'm going to run one here, here, and here, just along the edge. Something that's important that people don't do is tape doesn't adhere to styrofoam very well, so make sure it's long enough that you overlap back onto itself. Otherwise it'll fall off in transit as it gets bumped and stuff. So make sure the tape is adhering to tape, not to styrofoam, to count on it being held up. Then one in the middle. And then the last one. Make sure it's on the paper pretty good. And that's not going anywhere. If that's in the truck, it's bouncing along, that's going to be fine. I think in general people overestimate the capacity of heat packs. In a box this size, which is 11 inches by 15 inches and it's 8 inches deep, 2 72-hour heat packs is kind of what it takes. I know that the heat packs say that a little 24-hour or 48-hour will get to, like, say a 40-hour will get to 120 degrees, and you're thinking, oh, that's a lot. But keep in mind, that's like in optimal conditions. That's the heat pack out in a warm environment and with plenty of oxygen. Once you take these and you put them in a box, then the oxygen transfer is going to slow down because there's not as much oxygen in the box. And so they're not going to get as hot in that sealed environment with that limited oxygen. So you probably need more heat packs than you think. And the only way to really know that is to create a mock shipment where you do everything, put heat packs, and get a digital thermometer, put that in the box. That'll record the temperature fluctuations throughout the period of shipment, and mimic the shipment by like carrying it around in your car for a day and then putting it out somewhere cold at night, something like that, to mimic the temperatures. And if you do that, you'll kind of get a feel for how many you need. But this is how we do it. All right, we've got 60 more to go, so we're gonna get to it. Tina, I've got your box done. They're all tucked in there. Nice. When we're ready, of course, we'll weigh that, flip that over, seal it up, and send it off to you. So that's the journey. That's how we do it. Another week down. See you next time.